Hi, this is James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, this one's called I Learned Something New. Yes, man, it's been a terrible couple of days. First, let me start it off by saying this. I got to work, uh, what's this? It was Sunday, it was Monday. No, this was Wednesday. I got I got to work. And when I was driving to work, my my uh my transmission started slipping. It was slipping like that, and I was thinking that it was going to be time for my transmission to go out, and that would have been it. I would have got rid of the car then. But later on that night, I was about to leave to go home. And when I was about to go home, I was driving, and then all of a sudden my headlights got dim, real dim, and I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was my battery cable was coming loose or something like that. So I pulled to the side and tried to tighten my battery cable, and everything was tight. So I continued to drive, and the lights were getting dim, and then lights were flickering on the dashboard. They were coming on. A battery light came on, and this and that. So I was thinking. Then I said, "Well, maybe I broke a belt. These are the things I think that you're supposed to think about. You either broke a belt, or it's your battery, or something like that. So I was headed to my sister's house to pick up a package that I received. So I went to my sister's house, and I left my car running. I didn't shut it off. I'm glad I didn't. So I ran in there right quick, and I ran back out to the car. I got in the car, turned around, and then headed home. And the lights were dimming out the whole time. And then when I pressed on the accelerator, it was like it's getting ready to shut off. And then I let off the accelerator, and I said, "Oh my goodness, what is this?" And I was stymied then. I was stymied. I didn't know what was going to happen, what's happening and stuff. Anywho, I got home, and I got a jump from somebody. Okay, he my buddy jumped me off. Okay, rifleman. So we sitting there, and I started the car, and it started fine. It started normal. But then when I took the cables off. It started dying out, slowly down. And I said, "What in the world?" So automatically, I thought it was the battery. Naturally, you're gonna think it's the battery. But after a while of me thinking it's the battery, I start thinking it may be the alternator. Yeah, I never thought of that because the alternator never really never really acted up on me. So anyway, I uh I set out to take the alternator off and get another alternator. Okay, so I start calling around to I called to AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and stuff like that, and they want to charge me $140 something for an alternator. Man, I don't understand it because that's the older car that I have. I got a 2002. But I don't understand it. Well, anyway, I uh I got under there and started taking the alternator off, and it was bad because I didn't have all my tools I used to have. I only had just conventional tools, just regular tools, So I had to get under there and do my thing, I used to be a mechanic anyway, so it was nothing. So I got under there, and took this off, and got in there. And I had to take the what's that called? Anyway, I had to take off the motor mount, the motor mount. So I took the motor mount off, and then I was able to lift the engine up, so I can get to everything. But I couldn't lift it up that high. So I only had a few inches I can lift it up. So I gets under there, and after an hour of work trying to squeeze my hands in the tightest space you can ever imagine, I was able to get that alternator off. So then I took it off, and then now I'm figuring out. I said, do I got to spend this $147 to get another alternator? Or man, I didn't even know if the alternator was bad or not. But anyway, I said I'm going through with it. I'm gonna go through with it. So instead of going to AutoZone or O'Reilly's or one of them, I decided to go to Pull Apart. Yes, Pull Apart, where you take the part off and they'll charge you a minimum price. So I went to Pull Apart, got out there, and got under the car and took another part off. Took the alternator off of there. Okay, I got up to the counter, and the guy told me $35. Yes, he told me $35 for it. So I took the alternator back home, and I was thinking, should I get it checked first, because I got a 2-day warranty with that alternator. So, but if it was bad, I could have took it back. So I said, well, man, I got to go through all of this stuff to put it back on. So anyway, I said, okay, I just got to do it before it started raining, because I saw it was raining in the forecast. So after getting under there, taking, putting it back in there, screwing everything, ratchet. See, getting my hands dirty. Look at my nails. You see, getting my hands dirty, my nails dirty, and everything like that. Because I just got finished with it, literally, like about an hour ago. I just got finished with it. So after that, after I got everything on, it was the moment of truth. Now, this is what I knew that if your alternator is going bad on your car, it can affect your transmission too. Yes, it can affect your transmission, because your transmission got electrical stuff that going. If you got an automatic transmission, it's got electrical current going through that too. And if no current is going through your cable or nothing like that, it can affect your transmission. So that was the problem. Because soon as when I got in the car and I started up and it started up fine, I said, "Oh my goodness!" I breathed a sigh of relief. But then I was thinking, I said, "Look, I better shift gears first before I celebrate." So I put it in reverse, and then it said, and I said, "Oh my goodness, it is!" And I backed up. I was able to back up, and then I went and took a drive around and stuff, and it was driving fine. So look, if your transmission is acting up, have your alternator checked. Have your alternator checked too, because it could affect your transmission too. hmm I could have spent a boatload of money trying to figure out what's going on when I should focus on the obvious. So now that I got the new alternator, everything's fine now. All right. It's good to know some things about a vehicle that you're driving. You know, you should learn a lot about your own vehicle so that in an emergency like this, you can get under there and take action and not depend on other people to do it. Yes. All right, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share my videos with your loved ones. And even share with your enemies. Okay. Peace. Adios. Salamat.